Eugenio Suarez hit another home run last night. I mean, this guy's just on a mission, right? It's incredible what this guy's doing. He's on an absolute tear. He's got 7 homers over a 6-game span. That joins Reggie Sanders and J.D. Martinez as the only Diamondback players to hit 7 homers over a 6-game span. He's the first to accomplish the feat in the big league since Aaron Judge in 2024. And you look at it, every time he bats, you're like, it's just incredible how much. He's on pace for 58 home runs now. Is it 58? I'll have to look at it again. So I did check with the Diamondbacks on a couple of things today. I don't think any significant trades are going to happen until about 24 to 48 hours before the deadline. So they've got until the 31st to see where they're at. No significant trades that they expect from their end are going to happen until they get much closer to the deadline. The other thing I checked on is that rumor that was out there yesterday about the Yankees. And this was on Ricky Ricardo of WFAN. Proposal on the table, 5 Yankee prospects, not Lombard, not Jones, to the Diamondbacks for Merrill Kelly, Eugenio Suarez, and Jalen Beeks. I did check to see if that was legit. I was told no, that there have been no discussions like that. Teams are calling on Suarez, but there hasn't been any discussion on like this big blockbuster 3 players for 5-player type of thing that they haven't hit on. So I was told no on that one, that did not happen. So that is just a rumor. There's not any truth to that. But I think Suarez is going to be the top guy that everybody's after. He's named as the #1 trade prospect. Everybody, Seattle wants him. The Yankees want him. The Cubs want him. Everybody wants that power-hitting guy in the middle of your lineup that can change the complexion of a game with one swing of the bat. He's that guy. There's a part of me, look, if you said to me right now I could have the Diamondbacks go to the playoffs, I'll take it. I'll take it. But with 5.5 games out, 4 games ahead, there's a part of me that would just like to see what they could get for this guy.
Got a couple clips from a couple of national guys. I'm going to get to that in a second. But before I do, Gambo, in your conversations with the team earlier today, did the Cardinals sweep change anything in terms of the mindset or a plan or how they're moving forward?
No, they were still leaning to be sellers rather than buyers after the Cardinals sweep. Had to do a lot more than that. I think they're probably going to have to, win this Astros series, win the Pirates series, they're going to have to really make a move here, because where they're at right now, you're a seller. You're 5.5 out. You're 6 out of a wild card in the loss column. You've got to catch the Padres or the Mets. Not only that, you got to pass the Cardinals, you got to pass the Reds, you got to pass some good baseball teams. I think it's pretty obvious right now that today on July 22nd, barring a dramatic finish to July, that this team is going to be a seller. Yeah. That they're going to sell. I bet people like, oh my God, we're going to be so upset if we trade Geno Suarez. Why? This is the best. Yeah, I'd rather trade Geno Suarez now than trade a Geno Suarez that's hitting .225 with 20 homers and 60 RBIs. You're selling high on this guy. You could not have asked for a better season for Geno Suarez to trade him. You could not asked for a better tear leading up to the trade deadline. This kid is he's crushing it.
And he's an unrestricted free agent after the season. Tim Kurkjian, a longtime baseball writer, ESPN broadcaster, he thinks nothing's changed. D-backs are going to be sellers, and teams will be interested in their guys.
To be sellers at this point, and they have some really good pieces. Eugenio Suarez, their third baseman, just won Player of the Week in the National League. He's got 35 home runs. He's had multi-homer games in each of his last 2 games, and all sorts of teams in this pitching-rich era are dying for a middle-of-the-order bat. They can hit the ball out of the ballpark, and that's what he can do. Plus, he's become an above-average defensive third baseman. So that's the bat that they have. They also have Zach Gallen. They have Merrill Kelly, 2 starting pitchers who could really help a lot of teams. So we really have to watch where the Diamondbacks are going the next week from here. But barring a change, they'll be sellers, and a bunch of teams are going to be calling that.
All right, a lot of that is not news to anybody here, but the fact that Tim Kurkjian thinks that no matter what happened last weekend, the D-backs right now are still heading down that path to be sellers. Now, the question is, who's going to be interested in Geno Suarez? For more on that, let's check in with Ken Rosenthal.
I don't see why they can't be a team for Eugenio Suarez. They are the team, one of the few teams, that actually has pitching to trade. Now, I don't know that you trade young pitching for a rental, but maybe you expand the deal. The key question here, too, is the owner and how badly he wants to push. Mark Attanasio, we've seen, has not spent money, but been very successful. And if you're Mark Attanasio, you're probably thinking, we're doing okay. But after sweeping the Dodgers, and he lives in LA, Attanasio does, I wonder if he is getting a little bit more excited and if he sees an opportunity here, not for them to do something nuts, but just to add payroll to reinforce what they have.
Yeah, he's talking about the Brewers, by the way, if you don't know the Brewers front office and ownership. Talking about the Brewers being a team that could be very much interested in Geno Gamble. The Brewers are flat out on a tear. They've won 11 in a row.
They're crushing it.
They've overtaken the Cubs in the Central just by a game. But right now, that's what Ken Rosenthal is talking about. Like teams that are playing well right now, they start to get the itchy trigger figure on the trade deadline. And that's where the Diamondbacks can cash in by putting Geno Suarez on the market.
I mean, if you trade Suarez, Kelly, Gallen, Naylor, Grichuk, and you add all these prospects, you're going to really improve your ranking as a team with your minor league system. You're going to replenish your minor league system. They've had a lot of success. Mike Hazen's done a fantastic job. When he took over, the cupboard was bare because Tony La Russa had no idea what he was doing. So Mike Hazen took over. The Diamondbacks had a terrible farm system. Mike Hazen has done a great job of bringing up, getting a lot of players in here that have been able to get to the major leagues. We've seen so many young players make it to the major leagues. Brandon Pfaadt and Ryan Nelson and so many others. I'm watching Saul Frank pitch last night and so many terrific players. So now you try to look at it, okay, can you replenish the farm system for two reasons? One, so that you always have guys in the system that can replace somebody for an injury or in case of a trade. But then you also, because of trades, because when you want to make a trade, if you've got a good minor league system, guess what? You're at the top of the heap. When a team wants to trade, you're ready to win, team wants to trade a player. If you've got a good farm system, it's a lot easier for you to make a trade. So there's a part of me that just wants to see what they could get for Suarez, what they could get for Kelly, what they could get for Josh Naylor. Now, again, if you say to me, I'll give you the playoffs, I'll take it. I just don't see it right now. I think that this team is not going to make the playoffs as much as I want them to. I think because, again, I'm a huge Diamondback fan. I want them to make the playoffs, but I also want the organization to be healthy going forward. And I think if you can trade 4 or 5 guys and get yourself a whole bunch of good minor leaguers, I think you're in a really good spot for the future, whether it's trades or not.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.